when they spoke Spanish.
Mm-hmm. No subtitles.
None.
Yeah.
None. They left it up to your imagination a lot of times.
Well, I feel like
they would sometimes continue the conversation and let your mind fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
I almost feel like they did that to not take you out of the film by reading subtitles, though. It felt natural.
Yeah.
But it had to be crafted so that both probably Spanish speakers, but more importantly, that came out wrong.
But more importantly,
Welcome back to the Wacky Wonderful Wiseworks podcast.
Hi.
We're here again.
I'll keep going to
White
this.
guys in a room doing a podcast.
Is there really no sound in space? Is it because there's no pressure?
Yeah, but there's lasers. Pew 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 pew. If you see like the Death Star explosion, it'd be like. Now there might be a sound if you're on a planet. Oh, I don't even know. No idea.
Where does the sound waves go?
I've never gotten to the top 3.
You gotta start picking better, man.
I pick good. You just don't like them.
You pick
I
2?
pick good. I pick them. I pick good. Look, Daddy.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wing.
That's right, dear.
Dude, I can't take it.
Welcome back to the Wacky Wonderful Wiseworks podcast. All you guys, gals, geeks, and goofballs.
there it is. That's a good one.
I feel like you were about to say, all you cool cats and
kittens.
Yeah, I felt like you were
when
this
he
close.
started, he paused because he almost went into guys, gals first.
Uh-huh.
But he
Welcome back,
corrected.
all you, yeah,
I didn't mess
corrected.
up. I just took like a 2-second.
You took a
pivoted.
second. You pivoted.
mentally,
It was very good.
you got to where you
Smart.
were going. And see, isn't that really what we're all trying to do?
Yeah.
Get to where we're going.
I'm already there, baby.
What is this?
It's the way that Dumbledore claps in
That is the way Dumbledore claps.
in like the first Harry Potter movie. They're
okay,
all clapping.
is
He's like,
this the first Dumbledore or is this
First
the second
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore?
Okay, first Dumbledore is the best Dumbledore, right?
I like him.
What-
I
what-
like
what-
both Dumbledores.
was he in 3 films before he died?
One film.
One film.
No, 2 films.
Two
He was
films.
in the first 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a good Dumbledore. I like him as an actor, you know.
You know who'd be a better Dumbledore?
Jude Law. Yes.
I was gonna just joke and say Pete Davidson, but
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, did you guys hear about the Kanye West music
Yes.
video? You've heard about it.
no. But I
haven't seen
don't
it yet.
care.
What happens?
Is it it's the new Donda one?
Yeah, it's got Pete Davidson's face in it.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about
Watch it.
we,
no.
We'll
how
cut
about
away.
for the
No,
midnight
no.
special we can because we can play the music
Okay.
for the midnight
Yeah,
special.
maybe.
No, we can't.
Yeah, that's DMCA.
We can't on Spotify.
No.
No.
Well, the thing is, Spotify doesn't have regulations or like bots searching the content like YouTube does, but they do have the same guidelines. If you are having any copyright material that you have not gained copyright access to, then it is breaking the laws. And if they find out, they'll remove you. So
We can on Patreon though.
on Patreon, though, we can.
Maybe.
Because we can upload directly to Patreon.
We could.
Which is almost counterintuitive because we'd be making money on someone else's copyright.
Ooh, we might need to look at Patreon guidelines. We might need to look at
Maybe
Patreon
that's just
guidelines.
a quick thought. We'd probably be messing up there.
Well, I mean, we're not gonna be showing it. We're just gonna show our reactions to it.
Here's the thing, though. Pirate rules. If they don't find us, we're good.
Pirate rules.
Pirate rules.
If we can
steal and escape until you can't no more.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a good idea.
pirate rules, everybody.
Our rules.
Well,
Thank you for being here, everybody.
Yes.
We love you. It's another week of the midnight, the
the podcast. Listen,
Wiseworks podcast.
I'd like to
we're
preface this podcast.
We're not in the. We're at the Wiseworks podcast, not the
No.
Goforth podcast.
Oh.
Why it's like got a great freaking ring.
Just to preface this episode, Joe is feeling a little bit under the weather because of
The weather.
The weather, seasons are changing, daylight savings. He's been on a lot of business trips, so he might be a little bit sniffly. He might be a little bit slower paced. He might be.
I feel like I'm sharp still.
You might be sharp. You might be, you know,
This might make me stronger.
What was it that
you
we
might
were
be guiding
watching?
the sleigh tonight. With that note.
What was it that we were
Son of a
watching
gun.
where they're patting people? Was that a trailer when we went to go see Batman? They're like patting people. They're like, it's okay. Do you remember?
Robert
And I went leaned
Pattinson?
over at you, and I was like patting you. Like,
Oh, I don't know. I do remember that though. You were like,
What were you patting for?
I don't remember.
I think it was
a trailer.
A trailer when we went to go see Batman, where
Somebody
they're
was
like, it's
was
okay.
patting,
there was
and
patting.
you got Wyatt in on some pats.
Yeah, we pat.
It's
Wyatt
like it's okay.
collected a few. You gifted a few.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
It was good because we were watching a movie
comforting.
starring Robbie Pat.
See, I was about to
we go.
make that joke a few minutes ago, and then we moved on, and I'm like, better not.
That's
and
all
you
right.
brought it full circle.
Brought it full circle. I got it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can read your mind.
We were both fishing, and I took my line out too soon.
You got to keep the line in the water. You got to wait.
Patient.
I was
Whose line
thinking-
is it anyway?
That's
I
right.
was thinking of a really complex joke today, and I was like, there is no way I could somehow sneak this into a conversation.
Mm.
Let me guess
There's
you did it.
no way. I will be looking for an opportunity. You guys will know the joke when you hear it. I'm going to be looking for an opportunity here in the Midnight Special. Check that one out.
Which
Anywhere.
so you're saying like between this episode and Friday's episode, you might not hear it till then.
Until I tell the joke that I have crafted, yeah, I'm going to be waiting for the perfect moment.
What happens if the perfect moment shows up in like 13 minutes?
It could. You might hear the joke. You might hear it.
You might.
All right. Stick around, everybody, at any point, because
any point.
this joke will be let loose, and it better make me giggle.
It'll make you giggle.
Can I
I'm sure.
spoil something?
What?
Is that the joke to get people to watch the whole episode?
Ooh. Wouldn't that be crazy if I played a joke on the audience to watch the whole episode?
Wait, is this episode coming out April 1st?
I
Is
don't
it?
know. It's not late enough in March.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
I don't think April 1st is on a Monday either.
Oh, man.
All right. So Wyatt had this brilliant idea for an opener
Why you got to throw shade on me?
because I'm not throwing shade.
Yeah,
You're
are.
proud of this
You're
idea.
like, oh, Wyatt had this great idea. We didn't
said-
want to do it.
I literally said I was not even going to say that, but now you brought it up. Now I have to address the elephant.
yeah.
The elephant or the hedgehog?
Oh.
Did I steal with your joke
Oh.
again?
You didn't steal it, but I like what you did there. So we're going to be watching the final trailer for Sanic the Hedgehog
Sanic
2.
The second Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Okay. Keep it 100.
I didn't watch the first one.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep
it 300.
50. I think I watched some of it, but I'm like,
Have you at least
Is-
seen like the trailer for the first?
Yes, everybody
You've
on
seen-
Earth
yeah,
has.
because you saw the first
controversy.
version, with the terrible looking Sonic, and then the
Yes.
second version where they updated Sonic.
Yes.
All right.
And we watched this. We watched the next one because we're like, oh, does it look better?
Yeah.
And we're like,
I think we talked
Yeah,
about
it
this
looks-
on a podcast. Didn't
we did a long time ago, but we saw it and we're like, okay, yeah, it does look better. I lost interest because the controversy's gone once they fix Sonic. You know, now they're coming
And
out with
ultimately,
a number
the first movie was kind of a kids movie, but
The second one's not.
it will be. But it's really, really hot. It's real trending every time we
How
get a new
hot?
Sonic trailer. Spicy.
Is it? Ah, that's hot.
volcano roll.
Head on.
Look, so we're gonna go ahead and watch the trailer. We're gonna react to it. Give our thoughts about Sonic.
Yeah.
Throw some ideas around this table until our ideas have met their logical conclusion. All right.
All
I feel
right.
like we're just going.
It's just, we just keep, and yeah, once we've reached those conclusions, and then Josh,
Here we go. 13 minutes, everybody.
These rings signify the commitment.
So help me, Thomas.
Sorry.
I like that.
I need you to use the ring to save me, like right now. Snow, my God.
Oh, boy.
Just hope we're not too late. Oh, Lord, they're telling them now. What's happening?
Okay, quick version. Robotnik is back.
How?
I discovered the source of ultimate power.
Ooh.
Ultimate power.
To get it back or the world is doomed.
Ooh.
You rock some kind of space porcupine. I am an echidna warrior. Hedgehog. It's time to say goodbye to humanity. Welcome to the new norm. This is a moment to be the big hero.
Bad time to say this, but I don't actually have a plan. Hey, you got a little something on your
Night. Someone call an Uber? It's cold in here. Let's turn up the heat.
Gotta go fast. Zoom.
Oh.
Get after it.
Oh, is he gonna ride it like a so? Yeah. All right. I've done that in the video games.
fear not, citizen.
You are terrible at this.
Your negative attitude is not helping.
We stick together. No matter what. Good skill. Untrained. Unworthy.
You forgot one. Unstoppable.
Two.
Stand still and die.
For a guy named Knuckles, you're really bad at punching.
Sonic
Alright.
the Hedgehog 2.
I think we've established,
Yeah.
with all the punchlines and, things, it is going to be very much for kids.
Yes.
But it looks cool. It's got a lot of...
You're really into that shot
Look.
with the coming down the mountain. on the
Yo,
surfboard.
it's because I played that. It wasn't a snow level. You were surfing through a city on a piece of metal, and you drop down. And the music's going, and I still remember the music. And you're going down, and it's iconic to be surfing down something in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, first off, I gotta say the cinematography is gonna be awesome.
It's gonna look cool.
The same fella who did Tokyo Drift, a lot of the Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's cinematographer for this film. So high action, The director has only done a couple. He did the first Sonic. He did one called Badger or Gopher or something, another animated. And then he's working on another one. Basically, the director only has 4 directing things under his belt.
So he only
But he
does
has-
cartoon animated.
Was so far. But
Animals?
here's the thing though. Here's the thing. He was a part of the visual effects.
For Dune?
No.
Oh.
Well, crap, dang it. I forgot what he was a
forgot
part of.
what it
was. Well, he's been in other departments. For
Yeah.
visual effects, animation, he's worked on other things. He's only directed
A couple of things.
3 things, and he's got something else coming
Well,
up.
I mean, it looks cool, at least. I will say that there were a lot of very cool scenes when we're getting to see giant robots, which is kind of Robotnik's thing. Interesting to see Robotnik wielding the power of the Chaos Emerald.
Okay.
I don't know that he's done that directly, used the power to take things apart and put them back together.
Yeah.
But it's a cool way to kind of be like, oh yeah, this is how he's building these crazy machines and these robots as he's using the Chaos Emerald. Interesting.
What exactly is the Chaos Emerald exactly in the name?
Scroll up to cash.
Yeah,
It's just meant to.
it's a
create
gem
chaos.
with immense
Oh,
power.
Jeff. Yeah, of course.
It
Okay.
can be used to
Go for broke.
With the wildebeest.
Oh, he did Where the Wild Things Are.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Where the Wild Things Are was something that he was big part of the visual effects team.
Okay.
Back in 2009, that was a bigger film. But if you look at his directing, where is it? His directing, just the Pink Panther.
Oh, he was
He's
in the Pink Panther pre-production.
Yeah, so they're working.
Oh, they're
on it
working
now.
on a Pink Panther movie.
He said he was in the.
He was in.
He was in the Pink Panther.
I was like, oh wait, he was
pre-production.
only in the pre-production. That's interesting.
No, so yeah, that's his name is Jeff Fowler.
Jeff Fowler.
name's Jeff.
Fowler. So yeah, he's done a handful of things, but this seems like his little brainchild, his baby.
Can you go back to the cast?
Cast?
It's interesting. If you know anything about Sonic, you know he has like, if they collect all the Chaos Emeralds,
Yeah.
he becomes Super Sonic. He like turns gold, and he's like flying around doing super cool stuff. That's kind of like the point of all the games. At the end, sometimes you collect
Gotcha.
all the emeralds and become Super Sonic and whatnot.
I haven't seen a Jim Carrey movie in a while.
It's interesting to see him in these Sonic movies because, like, you know, he hasn't been in a lot of stuff, and yet he picked Sonic. Unless maybe
And he stuck with it.
And he stuck with it.
He
Maybe
came back.
he really loves Sonic, and he's just like, I just want to be Dr. Robotnik.
I want that
Is
mustache.
that wrong? Is that wrong for an actor to just be like, I want to play Dr. Robotnik? I just want to be him. I think it'll be
it's not
fun.
wrong.
I think I like being crazy and having fun on screen.
Yeah.
In this fun movie. I think that can be part of being an actor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've done all
Absolutely.
your big crazy roles, and maybe you just want to have a little bit of fun.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and he's Jim Carrey.
He's got the full spectrum of
I
different kinds
was
of roles
hoping to
here.
see him be a little bit fat.
A little fat.
Dr. Robotnik is fat.
And he's
Everybody
not.
knows he's fat. But I was hoping to see him with a little bit of pudge.
No.
Just a little bit of
But
rounded.
Let's see this though. When they did such a terrible job on the Sonic 1, the animation for
Mhm.
Sonic,
Yeah.
you know, just to fix that was enough for fan service.
Yeah.
Maybe if they got him correct the first time, they'd be like, "Hey, why isn't it Dr. Robotnik fat a little?"
Well, it seems like they're going to be doing a lot of that in this. I hope they kind of stray away from a lot of the. They obviously, he mentions the Winter Soldier, so there's going to be some pop culture references.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I hope they kind of move a little bit away from that and
Pop culture,
move
just
more into like
the games.
references from the games.
Yeah.
You know, references from the Sonic universe.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will though, because I think the audience base for this film is more younger,
Mhm.
and they're not going to know the game as much as
Yeah.
someone like our age or older.
Well, they have modern Sonic games versions, you know?
Mhm.
Right?
They're bad.
They're bad, but kids play them.
They've been bad since 06.
Yeah, but kids play them though.
Maybe.
Yeah, they have their little switches, and they're running around.
Maybe like there was a cool one that came out not too long ago. I don't remember the name of it, but it was reminiscent of the old style of Sonic games and not like the 3D platformer type stuff. But that one was good.
Yeah.
And there was an indie developer. It might have been the indie developer that did that one.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
First off, I don't think he was in the first one.
Yeah, he was.
He was?
He's the main guy in the first.
Yeah.
Wait, so they're just repeating the same characters? I thought Sonic was the main guy.
Well, he was friends with him.
You do not know that.
Oh, so it's like freaking Garfield and...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like his friend, his human friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's kind of our
Tom.
window into he's kind of our window into Sonic.
Okay.
Kind of grounds Sonic with relationships.
Well, maybe I should watch the first one. Here's somebody I haven't seen in forever in movies.
Yeah.
I remember him for way back in the day where he was in Angels in the Outfield.
Timeline. as
Doing
well.
his gum chewing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Neil McDowell.
He was in the first one as well. It was a very
Donald?
small
Neil
part.
Neil
McDonough? McDonough? I don't know.
McDonough. Let's go.
Farm.
Neil McDonough.
Yeah.
Either way, Ben up here, who's voicing Sonic. Ben Schwartz. He's around.
Mm-hmm.
He's funny. He did that improv thing on Netflix that you enjoyed so much.
Improv?
Or Joshua enjoyed. One of us enjoyed it.
I've never seen improv. I've seen improv. I've never seen Ben's improv.
I'm probably thinking of someone that is neither of
us.
I know of Parks and Rec.
Really weird that
he's Tom Haddiford's friend.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, the one you always say his name when you're referring to somebody else. I don't remember.
John Ralphio.
When you're always trying to say Ralph Macchio. You say John Ralphio.
Ralph Macchio.
Interesting they don't have Idris Elba up here. Idris Elba plays Knuckles.
Oh,
that's true.
Why? Where's Idris?
Did I miss it? Did I cut him out?
Did you crop it? Did you crop it a little bit too high?
Right there at the top. How come he's not there?
Elba.
Where the crap was he when I looked this up before?
I don't.
Do you see that? I literally took a picture of this today. Where did he go?
That is weird. Maybe they updated it.
Like just now?
I don't know.
Like a few minutes ago?
It could be.
And we have...
All right, well, that's more updated. Idris
Colleen
Elba.
O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah. Also.
As Tails.
As Tails. She's the little red orange one.
Orange one, yeah.
Orange one,
Miles Prowler is his full name.
If you get
Dancer. Andrew.
Yeah.
Joel. The guard.
I like Frail Priest.
Where?
Ted Barba as Frail Priest.
He's skydiving.
Yeah. He's having fun. He's not frail in that picture.
He's not frail. He's like,
He's living his best
life. I might be a frail priest, but I'm having fun.
I'm an awesome person in real life.
In real life, you got to get to know me, man.
Yeah.
Let me just cut in here for a moment. I just want to tell you about our Patreon really quick. You can find the link in the description, or you can search Wiseworks on Patreon. We do all kinds of stuff there. We do early access to podcasts and the Wacky Wonderful Show. We have exclusive weekly pre-show before we record any episodes every single week. We do like a 20-minute pre-show, kind of mini podcast for patrons to enjoy. You also can get your name in the credits of the podcast and all kinds of cool things. All that to say, it's a fun time over there. I mean, there's all kinds of benefits if you enjoy Wiseworks entertainment content. So go check out the Patreon. Once again, links in the description. So let's go ahead and get back to the show. So that's basically our thoughts about Sonic 2. I think visually it's awesome.
It could, yeah. It could be really cool
animation wise, okay, here's something that people like see, but they probably don't really comprehend, average person. Steadicam or handheld look on top of animation.
Yeah.
That really sells stuff because when you're showing an animation with a smooth shot, it looks great, but it's easier to do and people know it even if they don't know it. When you have that handheld shot where the camera's like moving around, it looks like someone's holding the camera, and you have animation that's going on inside that shot, it really grounds that animation and say, oh no, this really is a part of the world.
Yeah.
They're doing that a lot with this movie. A lot. And I love that style.
And in the animation, cool. they learned from the mistake of the disgusting looking Sonic, and they're keeping the characters looking animated and fun.
Yeah.
I remember them changing it, and I remember that being a big thing. Was it the exact same animators and same production that did the bad Sonic that came back and did this one? Or did they change people and say like,
I don't know.
Did they be like, these people messed up, we're going to get new people to animate this?
I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but we can look... I don't know. That's going to be a pretty deep dive on IMDb to try to figure that out. No offense.
Put in the comments if you know the answer for that, because I know that has been out for a while. That was for the first one.
Yeah. Let's real quick take a look at this disgusting Sonic, if we will. If I can get it up here.
Oof.
Get it on full screen. I'm so glad they changed it. That's
look, his
terrible.
face fur doesn't even match his chest fur.
Doesn't.
I don't know. Maybe that's supposed to be that way.
No,
He's
it's
got
wrong.
he's got human teeth. I hate the human teeth. I think the most uncanny thing about this is the human teeth.
Imagine doing all of this work, and then they're like, "Yeah, we can't release this. We have to redo Sonic entirely."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, crap, man! I spent so much time on
No,
this."
you know what? I think this is the perfect example of what a trailer, like a first trailer, should be. The first trailer should show, this is the movie, this is what's in the movie, and then everybody is like, no. No, we don't want this, and we won't watch it. That's really what you should get. You should be able to gauge the audience. If they're like, we're not going to
If
watch
we're being
this.
honest, this was a big moment in cinema history.
It really was.
Kind of makes me think of the Lord of the Rings show.
It was making me think of the same thing. Everybody online is pissed. Are they going to stop production? Are they going to, adjust? Are they going to rethink?
They're already done with production for that, aren't they?
Yeah, but they were done with production on this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is animation production. No, they probably weren't done with animation production.
They probably
think
were.
so?
Well,
Yeah.
there are reshoots and things that people could
Yeah,
do.
they're called pickups.
pickups.
Maybe.
But I mean, yeah, this was really big. Everybody said no. No. Well, like Sonic has been dragged through the mud for the past how many years? We are not going to see him look like this in this what we know is going to be a pretty bad movie.
Yeah.
Please make
It's gonna
him
be cheesy. Make him look good.
Please at least make him look like Sonic and not whatever this is.
Yeah. Well, good job, Jeff, for hearing out the people. We love you for it. You're a lot better than most directors in Hollywood, even though you've only done a few directing.
Look, it was-
Was it Jeff
no,
that
look, it
decided,
wasn't.
or was the...
Well, he was the director. It's his
director. He
creative
had to have
vision.
been
He
part of it.
he had a creative vision for this.
Yeah, but
And then he adjusted.
He did.
What
okay,
about
he did okay.
Zack
this.
Snyder? What if he was like Zack Snyder?
Look, I would slam on Zack Snyder so much more, but I've made a decision.
To not?
He had a serious family tragedy, and I feel bad.
Look,
I feel really bad talking about
Zack
Zack.
Snyder had a family tragedy, but also he had a vision for what he wanted his movie to look like.
Mm.
And that vision got released and everybody got to see it. So mission complete.
Mission complete.
And no, it didn't look the way that it could have looked. If maybe
It didn't look the way we wanted it to look.
if maybe the Warner Brothers had put some time into that animation, it could have looked, I think, really cool. But yeah, look, we get a lot of this kind of stuff when the fans say this is what we want.
And then they're like, nope, never mind. We don't care.
We're gonna go with the fans.
Go with I
No,
think
we should go with the fans.
If the outcry, look, I think the fans can be wrong. They see something and they're like, no, we don't like this, but you haven't
Gut
seen
reaction.
the full thing. But in this,
They were right.
everybody's right.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who saw this was right.
Yeah.
So
Let's just get a quick palate cleanser. Big difference. Much better.
I mean, you can even see the way that the white fur in between his
nose
eyes,
is weird.
it curves up the same way because Sonic always
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
like he had
connecting eyes.
he had, it looked like he had one connecting
It's because
eye.
they were trying to make him look like he could be a part of our world.
Yeah,
And so they made
it
him
looked
look
like
like
he had
this.
one connecting eye, but in that photo they take the fur and they curve it like that little connector part to make it feel more natural. I like that. It's a better design.
Wait, go back to the.
I want to go back. I want to see if his fur matches. His fur matches.
Yeah, it's better.
His fur does match. I'm just saying, I saw what they were trying to do with this. It didn't work.
No.
Clearly.
His nose looked weird in this.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like your nose, Joseph.
I think they could have.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think they could have gotten away with the nose.
I think they could have gotten away with the nose.
If they had fixed the mouth and the eyes, and then it could have looked okay.
Could have looked okay.
Although the body type was still really weird as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm over here doing a lot of clicking around, and I'm realizing, when you're sick, producing's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's the part where you gotta stay engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic the Hedgehog was fun, but
yeah, it was fun.
it's gonna be fun.
Let us know in the comments if you're gonna watch Sonic. But before we get to the next thing, we gotta quickly give a shout out.
Oh, new patron,
Cynthia Wisener. Thank you.
Wait, how do you say that?
You say it's pronounced Cynthia, but I know you like your whole family says Cynthia. You guys say Cynthia, like SEEN. Cynthia. No,
Why? Yeah.
Cynthia.
You know, this is the second podcast we've talked about
Cynthia
in a row. No, not in a row, because there was
the two of them ago.
Podcasts.
Thank you for being a patron supporter. And thank you for enjoying the episodes a week early and some exclusive content like the video version of Midnight Special
And watch parties.
and the commentary. Yeah,
Yeah. So
We just put out
Batman Begins.
Batman.
if you two would like to check it out, link's in the description. We'd love for you to join us over there on Patreon. It's
a cool place. It is popping over there.
It is popping.
It is popping.
It
The
do be
content over
popping.
there do be popping.
We love you, Cynthia. Thank you. So we got 2 movie reviews.
Yeah.
2 of them. We're not going to give the second one away
Those-
yet. It's probably already in the title, but we're going to go ahead and do a movie review. What?
I think this has become a meme at this point, where you pick like really pixelated.
This the only one that was 16:9. The only one. Every other one was vertical. And I'm freaking. They can't tell that it's pixelated. Only you can, because you're this close away from it.
Okay.
This close away
This
from
close
it.
Look, I have
This
pets.
close away from it.
I have an allergy tired bypass.
And how much tired?
Yeah.
I have an excuse.
No. So I saw this movie back in December. I watched it on Christmas Day, actually.
Good job.
Cool.
We did the Christmas, open up the gifts, the dinner, and then we're like, well, the day's done. Let's go to the movies and watch West Side Steven Spielberg story.
West Side Steven Spielberg.
So overall, what stands out to you guys the most about this film? You said before we got rolling, I got words.
I do have words.
Oh, no.
The music is very good. It's very enjoyable, very catchy music. Cinematography, of course, is beautiful. It's
Fantastic.
Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg.
What do you think? Yeah, the actors and actresses.
Actors, actresses, all did a fantastic job.
Fantastic
It's a
job.
beautiful, acting, beautiful singing. They all did very good. I had one main issue.
Yeah.
And that is there are going to be spoilers in this review.
Yeah.
I have to, because it's important to what I want to talk about. So spoilers.
If you
coming
haven't
up.
watched it yet, it's on Disney Plus right
Yeah.
now.
And HBO Max.
And HBO
stop the
Max.
And HBO
podcast,
Max.
watch it, come back to the podcast,
Or let us spoil it for you.
or let us spoil
Watch
it
it.
for you. All right. So during the climactic kind of fight between the Jets and the other guys,
The-
Sharks.
the Sharks.
yeah, Sharks and Jets.
Our boy here, Tony, kills Maria's brother.
Yeah.
Kills him, stabs him dead.
Yeah.
Then he goes, he tells Maria, or like she learns from like Chino, that her brother died. She goes like home and she's crying and stuff. He's at her window and he's like, I'm gonna run away. And she's like, you can't, you've killed my brother wum I loved. You
Whom I
can't
loved.
abandon me. And then they make sweet, sweet love. And I was sitting there, I'm like, if
If this was real world,
if some dude killed me, I expect
kill Ethan or John Mark, and then
no.
if somebody killed me, I expect my sister to kill him. You kill him. I know it's all about you break the cycle. No, you keep that cycle rolling. You kill him. You avenge me. Do not.
in the afterlife, if
And
I
then
am to find out that a younger sister made sweet love to the man who killed me,
that she knew of 2 days.
She's known for 2 days. I'm gonna be standing there in their room like,
I see how it is.
That better be some good.
Prepare to be haunted the rest of your dang life.
That was my only issue. Was like she really
was a sellout.
She really gave it all to him, even though he killed her brother. I expect my sisters. You throw hands, right?
All right, I have
You take his head off. You don't take your clothes off, right? Kill him. Kill him dead.
Kill him dead.
That was my only big issue. Right. I kind of knew how it was going to end. Kind of sad.
I have pushback from what I know people are going to be thinking. But Steven Spielberg and this movie didn't write the story of West Side Story.
Yeah.
They're just following a pre-existing narrative.
Right.
And you take issue with the pre-existing narrative.
No. I don't think that.
Oh, did that not happen in the original?
It's been so long since I've seen the original. I have seen the original, but
Joshua probably watched it when he was a little kid, and he's like, "Yeah, people do it after they kill each other's siblings." Joshua's like, "Makes sense to me."
I don't think that scene was in the original.
Did they at least kiss?
Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I know people are gonna watch this that have seen.
Did she
the
at least like give him a pound on the chest and be like, "Why did you kill my
slapped
brother?"
him, or I don't remember.
There was girl.
She definitely pounded him in that sweaty L.A. apartment.
L.A. I mean New York
or New York apartment. It was hot. Everybody was sweating in this movie.
Everybody.
That was my only issue. I knew that like. At the end, it was going to be sad. Yeah, that's the brother right there.
The dead one.
Yeah. He's having a good time with his girl. But
yeah, what happens to...
Oh, she is the reason that Tony dies.
Yeah.
She tells the lady who tells Tony like that Chino killed Maria. And so Tony's like, he goes out in the street and he's like, Chino, I'm here. I'm here, kill me. I'm here. And then,
why is there gotta be so much violence in the streets?
It's a gang movie.
It's about gangs.
Yeah.
So much violence in the streets.
I mean, I loved the interaction between like kind of the leader of the gang and Tony. They were both leaders at one time.
Oh, yeah.
I love their interaction.
His friend.
His friend. They had a really good dynamic.
List?
You have a picture of him, I know. I saw it
talking
earlier.
about
this? Yeah, him. He's his friend.
Yeah.
Tony's friend.
I don't remember his name, but they have a really cool.
Do you mind pulling up again?
Good relationship. It's not like good. It's not healthy.
Yeah,
but it's interesting.
Well, no,
Sanic the Hedgehog.
I think the relationship, there's clearly this, the friendship before he went in prison with Tony. And then you see in that the one song where they're fighting with the gun, that it's
the friendship's breaking down.
Yeah, the friendship was like, we're not, it's.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're talking
Mike.
When you're talking
Mike Faust as Riff.
Yeah,
was that him?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking.
Yeah, that's him.
Right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Riff. Riff is the name you're looking for. I'll just go back and forth between these two, if that's all right. So overall, the thing that I think was fascinating, definitely I've kind of brought it up when we watched the trailer, because if I'm being honest, the film was just more dynamic, had a lot more cool things to look at, but the trailer already showcased us what this film was going to feel like.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg's like, yep, just like the old days, best foot forward, in the trailer. He didn't leave too much to the imagination.
Well, there was a lot in there that we didn't see in the trailer, but it hit a lot of the big beats of the story.
The same. In my opinion, from what I can remember, I still think them seeing each other for the first time was my favorite scene.
That was pretty
because
cool.
He took a lot of wider angles, a lot of full shots, long shots, and there's a lot of action around them. You know,
I like their song together. The tonight. You know that one. Because that felt like it was like he was getting close to her. They were singing, and then he kind of like tries to leave because he's got to go. But then they're singing, and he comes back.
Yeah,
he tries to leave, and then he comes back, and it feels like that's real. That's kind of like a real interaction. You have to leave, but you don't want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
absolutely
you
kind
of move away, but you kind of
come back.
I really like the ebb and flow of that song.
Yeah. And one thing I wanted to bring up was Steven Spielberg, Rachel Zegler. Rachel plays Maria.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't been on much.
Mm.
I don't think she doesn't have very many creds.
Shazam 2.
Shazam 2 is not out yet.
And then
it's not out yet.
She's gonna play Snow White in a live action.
Okay.
Princess of South Beach.
Podcast.
The George
series.
Lucas talk show. West Side Story.
Yeah, she
Snow
hasn't
White
been in anything.
filming right now.
This is what I'm saying. Steven Spielberg is known for bringing people on the scene, man.
Yeah,
He
she
grabs
was wonderful in that movie. She played Maria
Very
perfectly.
good. She's very good. Did you also notice that when they spoke Spanish,
Mm-hmm. No subtitles.
none,
Yeah.
none. They left it up to your imagination a lot of times.
Well, I feel like
They would sometimes continue the conversation and let your mind fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
I almost feel like they did that to not take you out of the film by reading subtitles, though. It felt natural.
Yeah.
But it had to be crafted so that both probably Spanish speakers, but more importantly, that came out wrong.
But more importantly, but those
English speakers,
those who don't speak Spanish,
the predominant people that watch this.
yeah.
What the movie is claimed to be in English.
Yeah. So we follow even if we don't speak the language.
Yeah.
It had to be crafted so that the mixture of the two languages, you understand what's going on. You
Yeah,
can
a lot
follow
of us don't understand Spanish, but we understand the way people's face, attributes.
Yeah.
We understand the way you're talking to somebody.
And the
they
cut
did
in
a
and out.
really, really good job of
They give
making
you-
us feel
Absolutely.
that interaction.
They'll give you context for what they're talking about in English. Then they will show you the frustration and tensions rise while they're talking in Spanish. And then they'll come back to English.
Look, if you know like a couple Spanish words, you can kind of parcel out a few things. I know at one point
You're
she's
like, "Jefe."
she's like, "You're not my boss," and I'm like, she said "jefe." I was like, I know
No,
she said, "You're not my boss,"
boss.
Hey.
or something to that effect.
Efe.
Jefe. She
Jefe.
said something. Jefe. She ended on jefe.
And you,
Jefe was in the sentence.
Yeah, and you know
and that was the end of
Jefe's
the
a boss.
conversation. And I was like, I know like how young women talk. She said, "You are not my boss."
or she might have said, "You're not the boss of
You're
me."
not the boss of me.
Yeah.
Jefe.
So as far as acting goes, what do you guys think? Anybody
Fantastic.
not live up to your standards in this
no.
film?
They all did a great job.
Go back to the cast list. This gentleman.
He's got a fun name to try to say.
He's got a fun name.
Ansel Elgort.
Yeah. Ansel.
Ansel.
It's like Hansel without the H.
It's
He's
like
the only
Hansel.
one that really like had a name for himself, I feel like.
Yeah.
And
What do you mean?
he was in other things.
Well, I mean, Corey,
well-known actor.
Corey Stahl has been in a ton
but
of movies, but he wasn't in the movie.
he wasn't like
a
a
lot.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
huge role. But he played this role very well. As soon as I heard that he was going to be in it, I'm like, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was
Very
good.
interesting. What was the last thing he was in? Baby Driver?
He
That's
was
what
in
I'm
Baby
thinking of.
Driver.
But
I'll just look it up.
No, it's got to be something after that.
I'll tell you.
He played in the Divergent series
Yeah.
as
Ooh, The Fault in Our
The young-
Stars.
Fault in Our Stars got him on the scene, I think. See way down here, Fault in Our Stars. West Side Story.
Divergent was pretty popular.
The Goldfinch. Oh, he's done quite a few things since Baby Driver. Sorry to insult. I haven't seen all these.
They haven't been
music
like,
video. Yeah, music video. So only like
Okay, so the Billionaire Boys Club, Jonathan.
I think I've
November
seen
Criminals.
that. The Billionaire Boys Club.
All right, so he's
Goldfinch. The
he's
Goldfinch.
been he hasn't been in anything like that I've heard of
None of these?
since Baby Driver.
Okay, got you.
I think I watched the Billionaire Boys Club. I think.
Fun stuff. I thought he did really good in this movie.
I think across the board, he could sing.
He can
He
sing.
can sing, and that's always a surprise when you know an actor, whether well or acquaintance.
Also, he's kind of
yourself.
working this jacket.
I think
Let's be honest, it's kind of that speckled classic old jacket. He's working it. I think he's doing a good job of being like, this is I'm looking at it and I'm thinking maybe I could wear that jacket.
okay. I need to say this: women have different tastes.
True.
Kenzie was watching this with me, and she's
Didn't
like,
it?
I hate
He's
his
ugly.
jacket. Oh,
What?
He's ugly.
she don't like the way he looks.
She just doesn't. He ain't no.
She said he is not attractive.
He ain't no Timothy.
I don't think he's. She likes Timothy.
She loves Tim.
I think he's handsome,
He
or
can't sing.
I think he's like more cute than handsome.
he
I think
kind
he's
of
a
have a
really
baby
kind of
face.
cute guy. He reminds me of my brother Ethan. They got similar eyebrows and mouth movements.
Oh, it kind of also looks like the guy who's gonna play Adam Warlock.
Yeah, also reminds me of my brother Ethan.
So I think let's see the colors I love of the old New York. Steven went with this sort of bluish green, off blue color a lot, and then that vibrant blue when they're at night when they're singing to each other on the.
Well, the film looked beautiful, and at
Constantly.
the end when they're kind of walking out like off the street and it's zooming out, it felt very much like an old school movie. It felt very much
like a
like
stage.
you're like this is a stage, this is a play, this is Romeo and Juliet,
Of course.
and you're like, okay, this feels, because everything up until then felt very kind of close, or it felt very much
cluttered like New York.
It felt real.
Yeah.
But as they're zooming out and they're carrying Tony off the street,
The streets.
it felt like exiting the stage where the actors take a bow. It was a very beautiful end to the movie.
Yeah, I think you want to rate this because we got to get to another review. 1 out of 10. I'm giving it.
8.5, 9.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it a 7. I think a 7 is.
I mean,
it's pretty high.
On a scale of musicals, it's
A scale of musicals is
I would
pretty
say
good.
it's up there. If I'm just rating like musicals, because that's where you can't put this up against the Batman.
It's a different kind
It's
of
a
movie.
different category, but like musical scale, the musical scales, I would say it's like like a 9.
Pin it against other Steven Spielberg movies.
I don't think you can,
No,
because they're not musicals.
Yeah,
but
they're
I
not
would still
musicals.
pin it.
But it's very much a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Just without just with music.
I think my score holds solid 7.
Okay.
It's good.
7.
It's a good watch. It's an enjoyable movie. Easily stands on its own 2 feet.
I love the respect to the audience with the whole Spanish-English combination without telling us exactly what they're saying. I love what?
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about your slip up earlier.
More importantly.
more importantly, the white
English.
speakers.
Look, I love that Steven Spielberg and the writers of West Side Story for this film didn't insult our intelligence and gave it to us and said, hey, you're smart enough to figure this out.
Yeah.
Because we are, you know?
The emotion is there. The cinematography is there. You can understand what they're saying just by, if you don't understand Spanish, you know what they're saying.
Let me tell you people who will get lost real quick. Narcissists.
Uh-huh.
No, psychopaths. Sociopaths.
Why?
The ones who can't relate to other people's feelings.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a psychopath?
I don't know.
There's
I'm
an
not
actual
sure.
term for it.
Yeah. People are,
Narcissist.
what do you...
No, not narcissist.
I can't read this. What are they saying? What's going on here?
Why don't they have subtitles? I'm lost. If you're watching this movie and you find yourself saying that, maybe go get diagnosed.
Something. I don't know. Oh, man.
You might have caught a case you're not aware of
Caught a case.
from birth, I guess.
I guess.
That was decent. I'm excited to talk about this next film, though.
The next movie review we're going to do is one that we watched recently. We actually were towards the release. We were anticipating.
Yeah.
We were.
You know?
We watched it like the night it came out. Friday night?
No.
Saturday.
2 days.
Saturday during the
A
day.
day.
A day.
Okay. One of
I
those
watched it, I
days.
think, a week later. It's been out for a week, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fairly recently come out.
We were going to watch it on Friday, but, you know, something happened. Gary. And
Yeah, that's a whole story.
His coworker.
It's my coworker, Gary.
We're going to review The Adam Project.
Yeah.
Now, I think we have more to say about this than we have to say about
Yeah.
West Side Story. If you create any kind of content online, you know that it's a serious headache to find music that works, especially on YouTube, that's not going to get copyright claimed or is even going to allow you to post the video. I mean, literally, YouTube will block your video if a company has a copyright claim on certain music. So the best way to do that is to subscribe to a copyright-free public access subscription site. And the one that we use, the one that I think personally is the best one out there, is Soundstripe. I've used it for 3 to 4 years now, and all of the content we create at Wiseworks uses this music from their library. You can sign up month to month, or you can pay annually, and if you use the link in the description and use promo code WiseWorks10 at checkout, you will get 10% off your first purchase, whether that's a month or a full year. It's extremely beneficial. So take advantage of that if you are creating content or commercial work or anything like that for online use, and enjoy the endless and multiple genre style music library that they have for you to take advantage of. So let's go ahead and get back to the podcast.
Yeah.
Because West Side Story, it's like, well, we knew Steven Spielberg. The trailer showed us everything we needed to know, and we already
had seen the original.
The story's been around for so long.
Yeah.
This is new. Is it interesting? Fresh idea?
This has been around for a while. No.
I don't know where to start.
First off, humor.
Humor's fun.
It felt like
8 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
Humor
8.5.
It was constant, clever.
Yeah.
It felt like
A lot of people reach for
Ryan
those.
Reynolds. The young kid felt like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he did. He
had the
delivered Ryan Reynolds kind of humor very good.
Well,
perfectly.
Yeah.
I would say. And the thing is, they like even just opening kind of not the cold open, but opening the story close to the beginning with the kid doing the joke about how the bully is talking cheesy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, did you
buy the bully handbook or
yeah,
something?
something like that.
It's funny. It acknowledges the cheese that we've seen in so many films.
Yeah.
And because at first when the bully's first saying them, I'm like, what is this? And
absolutely, you're like, this is something Ryan Reynolds would say.
Yeah,
what, did you purchase the bully handbook and terrible cheesy lines to say while you're bullying somebody?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the humor was clever throughout.
Yeah, it was really fun.
The good thing about humor is a lot of times, like rom-coms, they're predictable humor. There might be a character that's presenting humor in a way that's enjoyable, that's kind of unique and fresh. But I think the jokes across the board in this film is different. It's like kind of a comedy.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it's about family.
About family.
And more importantly, it's about sci-fi.
Yeah.
Well, I think, the humor it's very Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And Ryan Reynolds brings this humor in everything he's in. So this is just, it's him. It's his comedy.
Who directed this? Do we have that?
I can look it up.
Let's look this up. Let's go to IMDb again. I feel like my favorite part of the whole film was not even the story as this the balance of humor and magical emotions. It was like, I can't even describe it except for magical emotions because it felt like magical conversations. It pulled at the strings and it
Pulley at the tug strings.
it
Sean
gave
Levy.
you everything. When we watched the clip for it on this podcast, we were just like, that was magical.
Holy
it just
crap.
felt good.
Sean Levy. Sean
Yeah.
Levy, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he's directed a lot of stuff.
Well, no, he's produced a lot of stuff. All of this is producer credits.
Oh.
Well, okay, I skipped through. Okay, so there's director from there down, but everything above here is all producer.
Yo,
So,
what's in his directing?
Deadpool
repertoire?
3 is announced. Starman, backward.
Okay, so
Stranger Things, he did a handful of episodes.
The internship.
Free Guy. Oh, Night of
Free
the
Guy was
Museum.
also with Ryan Reynolds.
Pink Panther. That's come
Real
up
Steel.
again tonight. Cheaper by the dozen.
Is that the new one
Yeah.
or the old one? They're coming with a new one. Did you know that?
It's got to be the
old one?
An older one.
Gosh, he's done a lot.
He's done a lot.
He's done a lot of things, but he's produced more.
Wait, go back to scroll down.
He produced
Just in
Nightmare
Time?
at the Museum. Nightmare at the
He
Museum.
produced Arrival.
Night at the Museum. Arrival?
Yeah.
Oh, is that with right here?
Yeah, right there.
Mm.
I didn't watch Arrival.
Didn't care for that film.
It's a beautiful movie.
I didn't like it.
It's long and it takes like a certain level of understanding. So I understand like why you maybe didn't enjoy it quite as much. But no, it visually is a beautiful movie. But yeah, it can be a little bit of a bore.
No, it wasn't boring. I feel like we're not reviewing this.
Yeah, we're not talking about Arrival.
The story of Arrivals was interesting. It just there was no payoff at the end.
There was absolutely 100% payoff. We'll talk about this later. We will talk about Arrival later.
So the other big aspect of the Adam Project is the sci-fi. How do you guys think they did on the sci-fi element of this?
It was fun.
Sci-fi was fine.
Fine.
It wasn't. It was sci-fi. It was sci-fi for
the sake of sci-fi.
It was sci-fi because the movie dictated that there's sci-fi in this movie.
The story dictated.
Yeah, so there's got to be some sci-fi in this movie. The sci-fi all looks good. It feels good, but the movie's not really about that. The movie is about emotion and interaction.
Yes. First and foremost, it's people forward.
Yeah, and so the first
people.
like the main the first interaction we get is the way that young Adam interacts with his mother.
Mm-hmm. That was
which
big.
Which is really important. Then the way he interacts with, or the way he remembers and thinks about his dad. Then the way he interacts with future Adam.
Yeah.
And also you have the flip side, the way future Adam interacts with young Adam, and the way he feels about his mom, and the way he feels about his dad.
Yes.
And
And the unfolding of his life that we don't know. This gap. This space in between them. It's unfolding that.
It's unfolding. We learn more and more as the movie goes on, and just these two talking to each other about life feels very much like this is kind of what you would expect if you were to see your future self as a child. You'd be asking all these dumb, stupid questions that in the moment you're like, this feels right.
Yeah.
But as an adult, you'd be looking at this like, what an idiot. I hate this kid.
Circling back to the little moment you had with your younger self.
Yeah.
Did it feel anything like this? When you reacted?
It's definitely like, feels like something like this could have happened if time travel were real. That's what would have happened.
So you kind of played out the Adam Project already in your head.
Yeah, in my head, sort of. I've already done this. I already read
I could see a young Wyatt being like, man, older me. That guy, he's got to tame that fro.
I didn't have a fro when I was.
I know.
age.
The young you was saying,
young
you gotta tame
young
that
me is
fro.
like, our
get a
hair.
fro?
He's like, our hair gets that curly. It's wavy right now, but it ain't curly. Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, kid, prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself. It's gonna be a nightmare.
Okay, do you think they might have given us? It's probably not the best joke, but one of the.
Yes, that is the best joke.
Okay, do you think they gave us the best joke in the clip they released?
That joke, I think that's the best joke.
Spoiler: the farting wound.
Yeah, he says, "Ooh," he's like, "When I cough, it farts," and he coughs, and then it makes this pathetic little.
Well, I think it wasn't a great joke, but I think it combined with such an emotional moment that
It paid off.
This roller coaster.
They did it a
that
second
paid off
time,
good.
you know, at kind of the climax of their conversation, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm you," and then he's like, it was a really good payoff.
Yeah, no, I think that was probably the best joke of the whole film.
Yeah.
And they gave it to us before the film came out.
Mm-hmm.
It was, once again, best foot forward, you know?
Yeah, I think the
Kudos for bringing a fart joke back and making us laugh.
the third biggest like emotional interaction that we see after the relationship with mom, the relationship
With
that we
Dad.
haven't seen with dad, the relationship between these two. I guess the fourth maybe then is his relationship with his wife.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana's character, who we hear about a lot.
We don't get as much from her.
We don't get a lot from her, but what we do get of their relationship, it's really solid. It's really powerful that he loves this woman with all of his heart.
Yeah.
And she loves him. Felt really good.
It did feel. It
So
felt
you
good, even
felt
though we
invested.
Felt
even though we
invested.
didn't get a lot.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't feel very invested. I didn't feel very invested in them. I felt more invested. Excuse me. I felt more invested in them before she showed up.
Okay. Well, see, that's kind of, I feel like if the whole movie had been them two together after she showed up, I wouldn't have been as invested. But because she kind of exits the movie's scene quickly after she shows up, I'm like, okay, now their relationship is really important now that she's gone. But then, of course, you get into
The end.
They go even farther in the past and they meet their dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the biggest relationship thing. The movie's all about the relationships, love, and emotion is the big thing in this movie.
And also just the processing of emotions.
Yeah, and the processing of emotions
Because
is huge.
Young Adam's processing emotions is young Adam. Older Adam's processing emotions is older Adam. They each have something to teach each other.
Or even the scene in the bar with old Adam and the mom and him kind of expressing the emotions of Adam.
Yeah.
And her just like sitting there crying.
All right, and then, you know, he tells her like, you know, your son loves you more than he knows. You love him more than you know. He quotes the line that she said to young Adam earlier in the film. It's and she's like running out looking for him.
Meanwhile,
she recognizes that.
First time dad sees Ryan, he's like, Adam?
He's like, Adam. Yeah. He's like, that's my son.
Yeah. The mom couldn't catch it though.
No. But also she was in distress. She's thinking about a lot of things.
She had been drinking.
The dad's also in this field of wormholes and
that
kind of stuff. So it's like,
if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen to me.
like if it were him, if it were like an older version of him, he'd be like,
me.
That's me. But it's an
Why
older
are you
version
here?
of his son. He's like,
My son.
yeah, that's my son.
Yeah. So do you think it's beautiful that young Adam teaches older Adam to fix their relationship with dead dad?
Yeah.
And old Adam helps young Adam to fix the relationship with mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both
Also-
are teaching about the other parental relationship.
Also, like, Mark Ruffalo did an excellent job as the dad.
Oh yeah.
Just
Little exposition-y, but that's in the writing.
yeah, but also coming to grips with his mortality.
Yes.
I did not expect the movie to end with how it started. It's like, no, dad dies.
Mhm.
That's how the movie ends.
It's
Like their
inevitable.
dad dies and they have to process this grief.
Yeah.
You know, in most time travel movies, it's like, no,
Change it.
yeah, you change the past. But this movie kind of
Yeah,
flips
no.
that narrative. They do change the past.
Well, yeah, but
But it flips the narrative of they changed the
They
past.
fix the past.
They
They
fix
fix
the
it.
past. But
what it's supposed to be.
but they can't actually like change who they are.
Mm.
And their dad won't let them. He's like, don't tell me anything. I get it from your expressions
Yeah.
that I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
But
I want to go into negatives.
well,
About this.
real quick, I want to hit on. I think the best scene in the movie is when he's telling older Adam that he loves him. I think it's the best part
The
of the
dad?
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just holding him and telling him he loves him over and over again. Yo, that almost got me. That almost got me. I thought that was a beautiful scene because I had thought earlier he's leaving the hotel. He's leaving young Adam. I was like, come on, young Adam. Tell him to tell him you love him.
Yeah.
Tell Adam you love him. And
Love
then
your daddy.
And then
Daddy.
he says that. To the,
I love you, daddy.
I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. That was a really, really good scene.
Absolutely.
My favorite scene, I think.
My favorite scene's toward the end. I love the classic but kind of emotional twist on the disappearing act.
Also, I think I'm 100% right with his jacket and shirt. He's wearing the red shirt with the blue jacket, which is the opposite of Marty McFly, who's wearing a blue shirt with a red jacket.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm 100%. That's
You think that's
gotta
what they
be
were going for?
That's because he wears that through the latter half of the movie. That's 100% what they were.
That
going
is
for.
that is Marty McFly. He's right. That jacket.
I think Ryan Reynolds is very aware of the pop culture references and stuff that
Yeah.
he's doing. Look at this. He's wearing a blue jean shirt under a red jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Adam is wearing a red sweater under a blue jacket.
Has no one else made this connection yet online?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I love it.
Mm. Yeah.
I thought for sure there'd be pictures side by side already.
Nope.
No one's caught it.
Nope.
Maybe I'm the first one.
Maybe you should make a meme, put it on Instagram, get it out on the internet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to keep wiping my nose, everybody.
Negatives.
The partner bad lady,
Yeah.
she felt, if you took her out of the film, we wouldn't miss her.
Mhm.
It wouldn't do anything to the story.
Yeah, they tried. I could see that when they tried to develop her character a little bit, when she's like talking to her younger self, she's like, you are.
Well, they had to give Adam a reason to come back in time.
Well, they tried to give her some character development. They were like, they had the older her telling the younger her,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you're lonely. You're going to work on this and you're going to continue working on it and you're going to continue working on it and you're always going to be by yourself, you know, and none of that is going to matter unless you like change the world.
Yeah.
That loneliness isn't going to matter unless you change the world. It's a good way to build character development that doesn't pay off in any way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I think I got a little confused by the time travel of it.
Mhm.
Time travel can be confusing, okay?
Yeah.
Does that mean she became who she was because future self was visiting her? Or did she become that way by herself and then in another timeline?
No, she went back in
became
time.
the way she was because future self came back and told her some things earlier than this. Earlier, like
but
either
if
a few
we're
days
thinking
or
about
years
it,
or something.
Yeah,
before
like
this.
there's been multiple visits.
Mm-hmm.
At least one other visit in 2018. Yeah,
Yeah.
so the same year, but earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And then now she's coming back and she's successful and everything. Also, if you watch the movie and you're wondering, okay, why is it that, you know, she I just lost my thought. Absolutely,
It just
completely.
escaped. It's just gone.
Just escaped my mind 100%.
Look, I think the ending for her character was I think her character all the way through was very boring.
Yeah, it was just the most boring part of the movie.
I think it was extremely underdeveloped. There was no attention shown. Freaking just throw in a generic bad guy or bad woman.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make it like this close inter-family relationship. We didn't need that even really. You know?
No, the only thing we needed is for them to come back in time and try to figure out why, like, something's happening. Zoe Saldana's character came back and she realized she's been coming back and changing things. So it gave Adam a reason to come back, and it gave us why they're going back in time. But besides that, that was all we needed.
I feel like we could have. They showed the villain pretty at sort of the end of the first third of the movie.
Yeah.
Like the first act.
Yeah.
They show her. She's come back. She's hunting down Adam. I think, and then Zoe Saldana says, I picked up something that said somebody traveled back to 2018. And I was tracking that. And it was the main villain. They could have explained all of that and never showed her once.
That's true.
And then I think it would have been a really cool reveal if young Adam and Mark Ruffalo, tried to stop her. Maybe they think that they've made it before the future her comes back. So they run into the office and they're trying to convince her. But the successful future version of her has already been whispering in her ear. She's revealed then.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the movie, because I feel like otherwise she really wasn't needed throughout the other parts of the movie. If you had kind of done that reveal at the end.
But you didn't even need to show future version of her because we already established that you kill younger version, future version's gone.
Yeah, but I think if they had shown it's like, oh, future version's been here for a little while whispering in her ear.
Yeah, so we get that information, but we don't have to see future version.
I think at the very end, show her. And then they do the same thing they did in the movie. She dies, future version disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they should have done. Then it would have been more about the relationship. Time travel a little bit, but it's more a relationship.
Yeah, I mean, the movie's not really as much about the time travel. It's about the relationships. It's about the emotions. And I think they really should have... even though everything regarding that stuff in the movie is beautiful, the only thing that takes away a little bit from it is kind of the villain's motivations.
Okay, let me ask you this. Say you are in the position of Zoe.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to hang out for like 4 years for just waiting for potentially your husband to come find you. Do you get a job? Like, what do you do during that time?
No, because she's got to be paying attention, make sure he doesn't come and leave.
No, she has to minimize her
being there.
Yeah, her chronological footprint.
So that's what I'm saying. You just get like a job at a grocery store, just hang out.
You don't want to be around people.
Develop any bad habits?
No, you use your technology to somehow create some sort of small monetary stream for yourself.
And hermit yourself down?
And then that's exactly what she did. She lived in a cabin and hermited herself down.
For years.
For 4 years.
Imagine, the thing is, Lost in Time is a dangerous game.
But think about this.
Because what if you're lost in time 120 years too far? Then you're lost in time.
You're pretty lost,
stuck.
but also you know that all of these aircraft have trackers that show when you got, where you went.
So it just takes one person to come out and look for you.
Yeah. Now, if you get lost in the future, where the past people
hasn't caught up yet,
they don't know what's going on. Sure.
And the future people don't know who you are.
You'll make a dent.
Make a dent. Be like, I'm here, y'all.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Imagine trying to catch up on everything in the future. Say you hit up that 50 years later. You know what I'm saying?
This is a Steve Rogers Captain America situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but all that happens is he went back, and then he reappeared as an old man.
No.
No,
We're talking when he
comes
goes
forward as
into the
young.
ice and
Yeah,
he
he
wakes up
comes-
70 years later.
Okay, but
He
the thing
becomes
is, Captain
America.
They didn't elaborate too hard on that transition.
No, they definitely show he's got a little book, and he's like now,
he's
Lord of the
writing down
Rings,
stuff.
Star Wars, Star Trek. He's writing things down.
He is.
But what I'm saying is, what do you do?
Same thing.
And you just write things down.
I'm like, yo, what's the?
But current
what's a
technology
new-
is like an Apple, like a phone. So you'd be like, hey, anybody got one of those? It looks like a rectangle.
I think that's
was
going
a
to be.
touchscreen.
I think in 70 years, people will be like, yeah, we know that's a phone. Like from back then, there's plenty of recorded history to show that.
What happens if you have, like, in the future, you have to have your eyeballs replaced as a baby, kind of like circumcision? But as a baby, because it's very traumatic, but in order to live in this new world, you need new eyeballs. And you're like, you show up and you're like, I can't operate. I'm at a serious disadvantage unless I get my eyeballs replaced.
Everything is this kind of matte gray color. Buildings, cars, you walk into a building.
Everyone's living in the
flat
meta.
walls.
Everybody's in the meta.
Because everybody's eyes are actually seeing everything that's being projected through like nanotechnology.
Yeah, it's like a party in the lanes down there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. What if you show up, your life hits that 50 years later title, and then all of a sudden you need an eyeball replacement, which you were supposed to get when you were a baby, and everyone's walking around being like, who's this guy? He didn't got his eyeballs
Yo,
replaced.
what's up with your eyes?
What's up with your eyes, man?
Yo, where's your ID tag?
And then you're like, who is that?
Your gamer tag's supposed to be floating
Where's your
above your
gamer
head.
tag, bro? Where's your little emotes?
You guys want to rank this movie?
Yeah.
You
1
do?
out of 10. Yeah. We could get lost on this idea of futuristic stuff.
1 out of 10. I think it was an
6.
Yeah, this is an 8 for me.
8. It was a fun movie. I had very few things to complain about.
I think almost all of it held up 2 things. I think serious holes in the story. Fun story, serious holes. And then the animation was awesome. Not convincing. You know it's animation the whole time. Didn't feel like it was a part of the frame. It felt like it was added. Go back, rewatch it. Everything in the animated side of things in this movie feels convincing. Like, you look at it and you're like, that's good animation. But you just look at it a little longer and you're like, but it's not. It doesn't belong in this frame. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Even when, like, the guns are, like, coming out of the bottom of the ship and you get those close-ups on the guns, it's like,
I did
that
see
doesn't
that
belong.
there. I did see that there.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, the animation is good. There was no pizzazz.
It's not 100.
It's not 100. So I'm giving it a 6. I think Ryan Reynolds and what was the kid's name? We should
Young
probably
Adam.
say his name.
Young Adam.
Yeah, we should probably say his name since we said he was so awesome. I think Ryan Reynolds and if I can find him,
Just went past.
Walker. I think Ryan and Walker
Scobell.
carried this film on their backs.
They really did.
As well as Mark Ruffalo when he finally came in.
Yeah, I'll give this one kind of a. Yeah, it's like a 7.58, just because you don't get a lot of family friendly, fun, emotional sci-fi movies that work nowadays. They're always, you get a family movie and you're sitting there and you're watching it like, ugh. It's either the worst, the emotion is too much, or it's not enough, or it's too kid friendly and it's just not fun. This is fun for like the whole family.
It's fun and it works. I would definitely say I would love to watch this with someone that don't want to watch the Batman. Watch this.
Yeah, this is a fun movie to watch. Just have a good time.
Absolutely.
And I don't think there's enough of those.
There is not enough of those. Let's hurry up and wrap this up. I'm gonna quickly give a movie that you probably shouldn't worry about watching.
Oh, The Terrible Tear.
Terrible Tear. I chose this.
Our battery's about to die on that camera.
The Conjuring, the devil made me do it.
Yes.
The reason why, if this was a standalone horror film, it wouldn't make it on the terrible tier. However, this is standing up against five or six other movies. The only thing interesting about this movie, is that it has a few moments that explains the Conjuring universe story a little further.
Oh, okay.
But outside of that,
so a little bit of lore.
the lore hits are the only thing worth watching in this movie.
Maybe one and a half of these movies, and then I didn't care. They're not my cup of tea.
Out of the, I think six of them have been made. You got Conjuring 2, Annabelle 2,
The Nun,
The Conjuring 3. They're coming out with it, Annabelle 3.
Wow.
I think, and they might be doing another. I don't think they're doing another Nun. I think this is number 6. Out of all of these, this is probably the least good hitting, I think. So it came out last year. It's not like the worst movie on the terrible tier. I already know that, but it's not something that it's really worth watching.
Yeah.
All right. Don't watch The Conjuring made me do it. I mean, The Conjuring, the devil made me do it. All right.
Well, that's the podcast.
That's it, guys. I've been struggling.
You're good, man. You've been doing really good.
Yeah,
actually.
You've been doing. It's like that one episode of me where like I looked like I was crying the whole time. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Back last fall because I got sick and I had the allergies and whatnot.
The allergies kick you in the butt.
They really do.
You always just go through life thinking like, oh, allergies are no big deal. I'll face it when it comes. And then it comes and you're like, I'm just sick.
I hate this.
I hate it.
I'd
do anything
to get rid of it. I think they've been getting worse because me and Wyatt had a conversation about this. Like,
allergies be getting worse?
My allergies. I never used to have a problem with allergies. And then lately, I've been feeling them.
As you get older, further into adulthood, you start developing
that's why yours
allergies.
are bad and mine are like subpar. Because
I'm developing that pollen allergy.
Yeah.
Old grandpa.
Get yourself some Claritin or something.
I already got myself Zyrtec.
Okay.